Good afternoon and welcome to Crypto Quick Chat. Tonight we're trying a new idea. We're going to start a new series of videos called the Illuvium Economic Update. So I thought I might put this first show in before the private beta for a patch comes out, which is only in a day or two. It's the 29th today in Australia, and with the time delay I'd say we're looking at 2 days before it comes out, so we're a little bit ahead over here. So usually 24 hours after the date comes up, it'll actually go ahead over here. So yeah, we're looking at the 31st for Australia, I think. Anyway, so I wanted to cover the Illuvium price just one last time. Well, actually a full Illuvium Economic update. I wanted to cover the Illuvium price as well as a general market update, just before this patch goes live, because it might bring a little bit of extra hype. I don't think it'll be huge. At the moment, the only people really involved have already been convinced Illuvium's a great idea. We're already part of the cult. So it might bring a few new eyeballs, but some of the old eyeballs might get a little bit of FOMO. Maybe they'll be a little less fearful and start, buying things a little more urgently. Whereas at the moment the price seems very stable, and we've all been collecting our bags for the last couple of years. Might not be quite so in need to buy more when the price has already run up from the bear market lows. So we're going to have a little look at what's going on. But I mean, as far as an Illuvium economic update, very soon that can mean a lot of different things. I mean, it's not just a market update, is it? You can talk about things like the Illuvium price, the SLV price. Land is going to have its own market. Fuel's going to have its own market. You can talk about revenue distribution. You can talk about Illuvitars and Illuvium beyond. There's so many different markets all entwined with one another, all doing their own things. So I reckon I can do a little podcast maybe once a month to cover all these things, and we'll just constantly update it and look at where prices are going and where they've been and what might or might not be a good deal, both in game and in the crypto market as well. So first we're gonna cover just a quick look at the market and the Illuvium token. Like I've said before, I'm not a great chartist. I can do the basics, but it helps to have a look at these things before you make any speculative ideas. Then we're going to have a quick look at land prices and what they've done. I did cover that on stream a week or two ago. I think it was about a week ago. So we're just going to have a look and see how things have changed since then. Then we'll save things like fuel price speculation for when the private beta actually goes live. If we're lucky, we might get invited to that. So if we get this podcast in today, and then maybe in 2 weeks we'll do another one, and then probably go to monthly doing an economic update just to see how all the different Illuvium markets are responding to people playing the game. Obviously we can't get RevDiz information until people actually start spending ETH, so the open beta has to go live before we even look at that. Okay, so let's have a quick look at my charts here. One sec. Okay, so that is my Bitcoin chart. And as you can see, since the 14th of March, we have really been in not a big downtrend, but a little downtrend. It's mostly been moving sideways. And I would say until we break above this yellow line, we haven't confirmed an uptrend. I mean, maybe if the price gets above 71,000, we can start saying, oh yeah, it looks like we've broken and started going up again. But if we're down where we are now, or even up to this green line, which is the 67,000 mark, I'm not even looking. It's still a downtrend until we break that area. If we broke this green line here, I'd be I'd be saying to myself, oh yeah, start paying attention because we might break up again. But even if we break that green line, that's not a confirmed reversal back to the upside of the market. So we just keep doing what we're doing, and when Bitcoin decides it wants to go up, then the whole market will start going up. So Illuvium's going to be much the same. If we look at our Illuvium chart, it's virtually the same. The movements are a little more severe, but it's the same pattern. So the same date, or very close to, might be a day or two out, we had the Illuvium high, and it's been in a downtrend ever since. Only a little downtrend. We do seem to have made a new area around here where prices are moving sideways, but until we break out of that area, and that's not the blue box I've got here, or the grey box, that's probably up around the $110 mark, right down to the $85 mark. That's our sideways movement at the moment. So this blue box is my own little box here. That's where, if the price is in that range, that's where I'll be looking to buy more. If it's above that range, I won't buy. If it's in that range or at the top of that range, I'll buy a little bit. If it's at the bottom of that range, I'll buy a lot, and that's called a dynamic DCA. So that's my strategy for buying ILV. I think it's a good price right now. I think we're lucky to be getting it at this price. A couple of weeks ago or a month ago, when we're easily above $120, everyone was sort of screaming, "Oh wow, I should have bought more." And now it's gone low, and now's your opportunity. So we might see a slightly, if we continue this downtrend, and that could go for another week or two, maybe longer. We could see a new local low, maybe below $85. You're going to have to be very quick to catch it there, though, I'd say. So that's all I got to say about the price on Illuvium. Not financial advice, it's all educational, so do what you will with that information. We will have a look at land while we're here. We did cover this the other day, but I just wanted to have a look and see how things have changed since. So first thing we're going to do is go to most recent sales, and we have a look at all the land that actually is selling. So these plots here are tier 2 lands, and the darker ones are tier 1s, and you can see that's pretty much all that's selling regularly. If you look down here, I did check the date that this one sold, and it was 2 days ago. So tier 3 lands are selling, but quite slowly. There's not a lot of tier 3 land action. And when they do sell, they're selling for between 1.6 and 1.3 ETH. They still haven't moved out of that sort of range. So we can actually hit the floor here and see what the floor is for each of the coins. So tier 3, 1.26 is the cheapest anything sold recently, which I think is actually a really good price. I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm hoping to pick up one single tier 3 land just for my own collection, but I don't really want to pay that much for it. I did take all. If you do stake the token, I did remove my ETH ILV pool, simply because if we do have a run up in the price on the ILV token, I don't want to end up carrying too much ETH and not enough ILV, which is what happens when you provide liquidity. If one coin runs up much faster than the other, basically you're moving tokens to the side of the liquidity pool that has moved the least. So I'm quite bullish on Illuvium, so I wanted to hold my Illuvium bags, and the ETH that's left over I might actually try and buy a T3 land with, which is pretty exciting. But yeah, if the price goes low enough, I'll do that, but I'll just keep an eye on it for now. So let's go back here to lowest price, which is your default search. Now we'll look up the different tiers. Tier 1 are still in that same bracket I spoke about last week. So yeah, you can easily get a tier 1 land for 0.16 ETH. If you're really lucky, you might get it at 0.15. very much doubt you'll get one for less than that at the moment. There'd need to be a pretty severe market correction for that to happen. Next, we'll do tier 2s. Yeah, again, I think that price has sort of moved up slightly, because last week there was quite a few for 0.37 ETH, and now I can't see any below 0.39. Looks like there's quite a bit of land moving though, so yeah, it's still in that swing range. So you could see it go up to 0.45 ETH, but it's probably going to come back down to 0.35 at some stage. So worth keeping an eye on. Don't just click the buy button straight away if you are a little impatient. But try and wait a little bit if you are trying to pick some up. The tier 3s. Yeah, so there's quite a bit more for sale than there was last week. Last week there was only one land at 1.3 ETH, and the rest were all above 1.5 from memory. So we got quite a bit of extra land being put on the market in that range of 1.3 to 1.5. So tier 3s have moved down in price ever so slightly. Tier 2s have moved up. So yep, keep an eye on that. And again, tier 4s I don't generally keep an eye on, but we will have a quick look. Yeah, they haven't moved either. So I mean, I didn't even see any on the most recent sale page. Maybe we'll go back and have a quick look at that. Actually, we can leave that filter on. Go to most recent sale. And this was the last tier 4 to sell. It sold for 3.9 ETH. Oh, that's pretty interesting. That's quite low compared to current prices. So we can click on it and see when that actually sold. Something went wrong. Okay. That's not great. Try that again. Most recent sale. Tier 4. I'll try it again. Oh, there we go. That's better. So if we check the activity tab, you can see the date. It was sold on the 19th of the 4th. So what's that? Just over a week ago. And it looks like the same... Oh no, it's been transferred. I don't know, there might be a little bit of... Looks like one account's been moving this this particular land around, and now he's sold it to a new wallet. Might be the same guy, might be someone different. Hard to tell in crypto. So it's kind of cool how you can actually see the trade history of each plot of land. But yeah, that's a good price for a tier 4. All right, let's go back. Don't really need... So basically, not much has happened in land, and that's as I'd expect for this stage until Illuvium 0 comes out, or they start needing fuel from land and people actually see how much revenue you can earn from owning land. I can't see the price moving a great deal. I mean, it might go up a little bit or down a little bit with the rest of the market, but it's not gonna have any big changes until we get a more concrete idea on what's happening with land. I'm still quite bullish on land. I know it's been a long wait for them to release an actual working game, but for now, yeah, I've got faith that they'll do that eventually, and I'm happy to wait and see what happens. Yeah, so the only other thing we can really look at currently as far as Illuvium Economic updates go, you can have a look at the Illuvitars sales. So I'm set to 30 days here, and there's a total sale volume of 8.37 ETH, which isn't very much. The Illuvium DAO, I think, get 4% of the volume, and then that's held by the DAO and hopefully distributed to stakers eventually, if they're above their 2-year window or whatever it is they need to keep operating the game. So yeah, the Illuvitars aren't doing much volume, and that's expected. Illuvitars aren't really my thing, so I wasn't even really going to do it, but I suppose we should cover everything. I have bought one Illuvitar. I've got a little monkey picture just to use as my profile picture, which is about the only use case they have at the moment, unless you've got a lot of Illuvitars. Then I think you can get a small amount of rewards if you're on the leaderboards, but that's not my game. So yeah, in the future, we'll probably also cover, we're going to cover the fuel prices, weekly fuel prices, Alatar Sales. There'll be other things we can cover too, like what items are selling in game, skins, blueprints, all that kind of stuff. At the moment, I'm not going to dive into any of that because it's not relevant. So the only real relevant things at the moment are the token price and the land price. I mean, other things we could talk about is staking. Is it a good idea to stake Illuvium right now? So this isn't financial advice. If I only had a small amount of money to play with, I wouldn't be starting any new stakes in the Illuvium/ETH pool. Once the token release is finished, probably not worth doing you're not going to make with a small stake. You're not going to make a lot of money out of that before the token release is finished. So you need to be in there for a while to make it worthwhile. And if you've only got a small position to play with, the gas fees are going to be too expensive to do that. I pulled all my Illuvium ETH pool out because the gwei was down to 8 gwei just the other day, and I thought, oh yeah, it's never going to be cheaper for me to withdraw this, so I pulled it all out. And yeah, like I said, I might buy some T3 land with it if prices go low enough. So that's the Illuvium update. We will revisit it in 2 weeks just to see how things are changing and what has changed in the market, and we might even be able to talk about fuel prices once the beta goes live. And aside from that, that's it. So yeah, new channel. I'm very new to the streaming thing, so if you've listened to my update, I know it was probably a little bit bumbly, but thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'm primarily trying to work up a channel on YouTube, so every little like and follow helps. I will post this on Twitter because it seems to be much easier to get engagement on Twitter, and the whole community sort of talks together more on that platform. So we'll post it there too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.